Yeah, I was thinking about something today, talking about the journey and why you have to fall in love with the journey. I never really thought about it much, but the journey is where you're gonna spend most of your time. I always think about the track runners in the Olympics. You gotta think about they spent 4 years training for like 10 seconds. Boxers spend years, months training for maximum 12 rounds. And then they're away for another couple months or years. It's like the basic principle of the preparation always takes longer than, I guess, the action or the reward, you could say, or the opportunity, even the opportunity to receive the reward. Just like Abraham Lincoln said, if I had to cut down a tree in 6 hours, I would spend the first 4 sharpening my axe. And that's just the basic principle of life, I think. Sharpening the axe. It's the preparation, it's the journey, and enjoy the journey. Where you're at today, if you do it right, and if you're growing every day, you're not gonna be there again. And I think that's beautiful. So take time to reflect where you are. Take steps, obviously, to be better, but take in the level you're at right now. Some people want to be famous, some people want to get big, some people want to get fast. Take in the time right now where no one knows you. Take in the time right now when you're small, because obviously you don't want to stay that way. Like, I'm still not as big as I want to be, but like that small Josiah, I mean, he's not here anymore. Do I miss him? Not really, but just learning to appreciate where you are, just turn you into a better person, and you'll stay a person people want to be around. Because then you'll never be happy. You'll always be discontent where you are. So be content and be proud of yourself that you're taking actionable steps every day. I'm not even the same Josiah that I was a month ago. I'm a little bit smarter, a little bit stronger. If you're gonna spend most of your time here, you might as well learn to enjoy it. It's just like if we knew we were gonna grow up when we were kids. Of course we know we're gonna grow up, but it wasn't real to you until you've grown up. And how much we wish to go back and be a kid again. Similarly, you'll never get this time again. You'll never be at the level you're at again, and you'll look back and laugh, and it made me miss some of the times where you had to ask friends for rides and grind, and because there's beauty in the struggle. There's beauty in the journey. And the journey never stops. It's just a different journey though, or it's different paths along the journey that you take. This might be the rocky road that you're on right now at the beginning, and then there's some beautiful botanical gardens that you walk through once you went through the rocky road, but nonetheless the journey never stops. I think that's done. Am I done? Yeah, bro, I've been done. I missed leg day on Friday, so we gotta make it up on Sunday. All right, y'all, so I'm coming at y'all with the Apple headphones, but tell me how this man rolled down his window. He asked me where. I'm like, where what? Oh, shoot. I'm like, where what? He's like, the homes. And I was like, oh, down Middlebrook. We're like, in my head, bro. I'm like, do you not see the sign, bro? It just defeat the whole dang purpose. Why the hell I'm out here? Talk about feeling useless. Man just asked me where, and I got a whole yellow sign pointing where. Gotta love it. I jotted down some numbers today before I came out here, and it was basically how much I had to make to become independent while I'm in school. Fully independent is a different story, but even being fully independent, I mean, I don't think it takes that much, but I see how people live paycheck to paycheck and why people get married and live together. Man, life's getting expensive. I mean, Talking about a 2-bedroom. In Miami, forget it. Over here, probably talking about around 1,400, 1,500. I mean, that's pretty tough, man. Paying $750 if you were to share with somebody. I mean, that's why everybody's living together now. Roommates and stuff, it's tough. Man, like, even a 1-bedroom, like 1,200. So, I jotted down the numbers. I'll probably put it up right now. But to live comfortably, I'd have to make 3,500 to like 4,000. Aiming more towards that 4,000. So I'd have to make $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week. Let's just divide that by 5 for quick numbers. That's $200 a day. It's feasible though. It is feasible. But a lot of people are not disciplined, and a lot of people don't take responsibility, and see why it's tough. But I don't know, it's almost like gaining a little bit of experiences, the joyful ones, as we can before we pass on. I mean, well, what's even the point of suffering? You suffer because someone else put you through suffering. I mean, you put yourself through the suffering, but you could just live homeless and have tranquility within yourself. And I believe the homeless people that choose to be homeless, they found something we haven't. They got something that we just don't have. I just wonder what that is. I can make them be like that, because is there anything wrong with that? The financial gurus or all the red pill people will tell you that there's something wrong with that, like they just gave up on life, but maybe we're just not seeing it from their perspective. Be content and living on the street, but have I been trained too much already to go after the glitz and glamour? I can't even allow myself to get down there. I feel like everybody fantasizes living in a big house, driving a nice car, but then why do we even fantasize that anyway? It has to be culture. The time we live in, society. Because back then, I mean, there's still some basic principles people look up to back then, but it's like a basic human want is just comfort. So whatever that comfort is, I mean, probably back in the hunting gathering days, it was just the desire to have as much animals to kill, or I don't know. I mean, just think about them, right? Yeah, I wonder if they questioned, or if they just woke up every day just to live and survive. And what was the point of life back then? Is that who we really are at our core? To just get enough to spend time with family? One thing I do know is it's hot. I don't think I shared this yet, but when it comes to things you want to do to create a better life, to create the life you want to live, and even that, I mean, there's so many things to say about that. Is like, is that really what the point of life is, to create what you want? Like, what you want now probably won't be what you want in the next 5 years. That's why we need God, bro. Do animals question their existence? I mean, we can't really know. Let's take inanimate objects, for example. they're created, they have no way of asking themselves why they're created and go about trying to find it, right? They have no way. Whoever created a tool, whoever created an object, whatever, it was created for a specific purpose. In order to know the purpose, you got to go towards the creator. And then we talk about it being most useful. And we're most useful is when we're most fulfilled. Because imagine if a chair was used as a shovel. And it had the ability to question itself and reason and be cognizant of who they are. They feel somewhat useful. I mean, they're being used, but imagine when a shovel comes around and they find them to be more useful. Like, damn, like now what? But then the whole time the inventor of the chair comes by, he's like, hey, you're not supposed to use it as a shovel, you're supposed to use it as a chair. He sits on it and everybody just goes crazy. Oh my gosh, what a genius. And everybody appreciates the creator, and then they start using the chair, and no other thing can be better be used to sit down as a chair, and that's when it becomes its most useful. So then how do you know where you're most useful? Well, you have to get in touch with your creator and see what he wants to use you for. Because we may all have a basic function since we're all the same type of creation. It could be used differently. You see, just because there's a chair doesn't mean you can use a house chair in a car, right? You have car seats, you have dining seats, so we all got different purposes. We also have one fundamental purpose. That one fundamental purpose, maybe, and I definitely got this from my pastor, so try to see if I can find something that's, I guess, original. But to know God and that, you know what? It's probably not that, because he said to know God and make God known. But I just don't see how. I mean, I get because God's great commission was go out and make disciples. I guess to make disciples, you gotta make him known first. But my thing would just be to know God and to live out what he says and what he personally says to you about your life, and allow yourself to be used. Just imagine, bro, how frustrating it would be if tools just had the same type of freedom we had, right? Imagine if we start using a wrench one day, and it just jumps out of our hands like, I don't want to be used like this today. I want to be used as a cane or some crap. Or I want to be used to cook, because it looks so cool that a spatula could use to cook. I want to be a spatula. I want to be used like a spatula. That's so foolish, bro. But then with humans, we look at other people and we say we want to be used like them. But we haven't even taken time to reflect upon ourselves and our own interests and actions. And we just look at other people's usefulness and try to be like them. It's crazy, man. It's actually foolish. So just imagine how frustrating it is to the creator or somebody using the tool to not let the tool not to let itself be useful. Imagine, for real, you start using a wrench one day and it just jump out your hand and start going in ways to a kitchen. Like, that'd be crazy, bro. The one using the tool doesn't win, Nobody wins. If you just allow yourself to be used by the Creator, you win. You feel more fulfilled. Don't look towards the right and left. Look up. Look up, stay down, and know that you're most useful with whatever God has called you to be. That's the rant for today.